scratching posts. They're the critters that we love most. A hound in a hat or a cat in a bowl. They steal the show wherever they go. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluffing fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here. A piglet grins with muddy chins. A parrot talks, a lizard crawls. Life's more fun with Southern claws and paws. Big or small, short or tall, we got room for them all. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluffing fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here. The South, we dress them the best. A possum on a leash, a golden shades, critter couture for the parade. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluffing fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here.
All right, there we are. I caught that one right on time.
Yes.
I didn't think I'm about to get used to that song. It has a very quick ending. Some of the songs we have like this fake ending, like you think it's done, then it has a little bit of like piano, then it kicks back in. That song, it's just done.
Yep.
It's just done. Good evening all to Southern Claws and Paws. This is episode number 5, I believe. Something like that. Again, I am Dave, the cornbread man, and Miss Jenneth, the cat lady, and we are excited to be here. It is raining where I'm at, not raining where she's at. My dog is missing, or my granddaughter's dog, Coco, is missing her mother because my granddaughter went to see her mother for a few days during fall break. So she chirped at me from the bedroom with her displeasure that my granddaughter is gone. She does not like that.
Yes.
She will make appearances, but she doesn't come out much when she's not here. So we got a vet appointment for her, in a couple of weeks. I think it's in a couple of weeks or almost 2.5 weeks. We've been battling some stuff. She's an indoor dog. She doesn't get out because she'll take off. Her command is go. But we have taken her out, walked her and stuff, but she's mainly an indoor dog. But she's a mess, but she is fully just crazy about Kaylee, and that's cool. So, but we got to get her nails trimmed again, and she's had a little bit of I don't even know where she got. There's somebody, the next door neighbor got a dog, and I think the dog got some fleas, and the fleas got on our dog, and you know how it happens.
Yes.
And she battled that a little bit, and we bathed her and got the collars and all that stuff. But she's kind of scratched herself pretty good, you know. So we're going to get her looked at for that. How's the cats doing?
They're doing fine. I've got 3 in here. 2 on the desk and 1 in the window sill.
All I want to know is which cat was typing and texting in Facebook Messenger to me.
Sunshine, because I had the door closed when I was on with Steve because I was trying to get the desk straightened out because I just got my computer back, and so I said I'll open the door in a minute. So when I opened it and I came back, he come and he like laid right on the keyboard and it was like, and it already sensed it. I'm like, get off, messaging people.
Like, I don't think that's Jen that's sending me those numbers, but I was laughing about it, and then I was like, well, we'll just see what it is, but that's cool. Well, let's get with it and talk about it. You've sent me some stuff. I pulled up a couple things, and we want to share with you right away. Great news for those that haven't heard that we are now an affiliate of the Hodge Twins. And if you don't know who they are, you're behind the times because these two great patriot gentlemen, love America, and they speak their mind. They
Yes.
don't mince words. Sometimes that might be a little rough for some people's ears, but they don't play. They don't play, and they have great merch, giveaways, all that. But if you use that QR code and go get you some merch from Great Patriots, you'll be helping the Southern Fried. This just went live. In fact, it just went live Monday. And so, we're just a little over a day into it. So we're still trying to get things rolled out. I've been working on getting it up, the news up and out, getting it into our streams. That's how it's how quick it is. And I like their landing page. They do a really good job, and they're just straight up and down. There's no gimmicks with it or anything. It is straight up. They do well, you do well, and it helps us. So we get a percentage of all sales, and that's cool. And we're excited about that, along with all of our other affiliates. And I ordered some coffee, by the way, Jen. Mine should be in tomorrow. I want to brag on the shipment because I put it in on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon. That shipped out Monday.
Wow.
They got in there. Yeah, they got in there and got it done. And I think it's going to be at my house tomorrow, sometime tomorrow.
That'd be good.
That is amazing how fast. If you order early in the week, it does like that. You get near the weekend, it can kind of slow it down a little bit because of the weekend. But they don't play, and I appreciate them very much. And we're going to try the Ethiopian blend. And I did get some pods this time. I'm trying to remember what. I think we got breakfast blend on the
I just
pod.
finished mine, so I still got the house blend, I think, in the bag that I have to put in my little cup to put in there. But
Yeah. So anyway, I'm trying the Ethiopian blend. I haven't tried that yet, and we're going to try that. All right. First, an article that we're going to get into some stuff that Miss Jen sent. So one article a week on some things that could be going on with your dog or cat. This is particular about dogs. But if your dog is coughing a lot, it could be caused by collapsed trachea, which I never thought about, Jen. I mean, to be honest, I never thought about that being an issue. But I have heard of dogs that have had this problem. I've heard them cough. Doesn't mean it's always this, but it could be.
yes.
So a collapsed trachea, as it says, can cause a cough that sounds like a honking goose in dogs. And I've heard that. Some breeds are more likely to develop that than others. And it got my attention because we have that mixed breed Chihuahua.
Yes.
And so I think it's kind of the smaller breeds. I may be wrong on that. But in just reading through the article, a lot of the dogs were of the smaller type of dogs. But treatment can include medication, weight management, sometimes surgery, and that kind of we'll repeat here in a minute. That goes on to say, while dogs cough for many reasons, if your pup has a persistent cough, it's possible he could have a collapsed trachea, aka windpipe. That'd be a good AT name, by the way, windpipe. I don't know why you get that nickname, but that'd be a great Appalachian Trail nickname, windpipe. Anyway, collapsed trachea in dogs sounds dire, but thankfully many dogs still live a good life with the condition. Only at its most severe stage is it life-threatening. Well, it sounds horrible. I mean, collapsed trachea. We spoke to a vet to find out which breeds are most susceptible to collapsed trachea, the signs and ways to manage the condition. Although there is no cure, which was surprising to me. I didn't know that. A collapsed trachea can be managed with medication, lifestyle adjustments, and sometimes surgery. And so it goes on to say, here's some of the breeds that it's more common in, and they're all small breeds. And we don't know what exactly causes them to develop that, but it does seem to be a genetic factor. I don't know. And were you aware of that? I didn't know that. It is possible, they say, that any breed can, at any age, can develop the issue, but it's more common among small breeds that are middle-aged or older. And of course, the signs are a dry, honking cough, also wheezing, difficulty breathing, and fainting. I didn't even know dogs fainted. I'm ignorant, but I'm learning. They talk about cough suppressants. Uh, they can get in a vicious cycle of coughing. The condition triggers it, and coughing worsens an already irritated trachea. That leads to even more coughing, much like humans. Veterinarians commonly use cough suppressants and sedatives like hydrocodone. I did not know that. To limit coughing. The sedative and cough suppressants also prevents pets from getting stressed or excited, which may set off another round of coughing. Other medications may be prescribed, like even steroids, prednisone, to reduce airway inflammation, and antibiotics such as doxycycline for treating infections that can worsen respiratory issues. Surgery can be an option if it's necessary. They insert these plastic rings or an insertion of a stent. I didn't know that. And there are some home remedies such as weight management, upgrade to a type of harness that they recommend. Bark training was mentioned. Ensure a smoke-free environment, which is not good for your pets, smoking. And honey. Well, it sounds a lot like humans.
Yeah.
Some of it does, not all of it, but some of it sounds like humans. And anyway, I just never had heard of that. I don't know if it's a problem in cats or not, but this was an article I seen about dogs, and I didn't realize that was something that they could suffer from. I mean, I think we've all heard of animals that get something caught in their throat, and they're hacking and
yes,
coughing, and I mean, but I never thought of it in the area of a collapsed trachea. Amazing. And just like an older person who may be having some issues with their throat. I mean, I know of humans that have had to go and have, which sounds horrible, their throat stretched. I don't know if you've heard of that, but I know people who have had that done so that would help with swallowing, air, different things. It sounds horrible to me, but anyway, that, if you get when some my wife, she's had the mini strokes, and it's hard for her right now with swallowing, and so she has to be very careful. And I'm hoping that condition will improve. But just like someone is getting older and having some health problems, so too can the pet. And I just thought that was interesting because I have heard that. And I mean, I'll be like, why is that dog barking? I mean, coughing like that? What's going on? And to be honest, I never remember anybody that I thought that about or said that to. I don't remember them saying anything like this. Like, I don't even think they knew. I think they just thought the dog was having breathing issues or had gotten something in its throat that was irritating its throat. I don't think I ever heard of any of my friends. Now, I'm not saying they didn't know it, but I never heard it. So I think some of them may not have known that was an issue that could happen. So, but that's the good thing about this show is I'm here to learn and hopefully share some things. And you are as well. And hopefully somebody will learn something or share something with us that'll teach us. That's the whole point, is to just get educated more about how to take care of pets and hopefully have some fun while we're doing it. You also sent me these, and again, because they squeezed out on the page, we may have to go through some of these, but toxic and safe plants and flowers for pets. I gotta be honest, I never thought about that either because we've just always usually had an outdoor dog and cats that we haven't had in a long time. So I didn't think about that. Like I didn't even think they would bother them, but I guess I should have. Because a friend of mine I had a dog that would commonly get they would bite things out of the potted plant. They would try to get things and bite it out of there, but I never thought about it. So what are some of the toxic flowers or plants that is on that list? You don't have to read every single thing, but unless you want to, that's fine. But what are we looking at here? What should people be aware of?
Well, stuff for the flowers like gardening bouquets, baby's breath, that's toxic. The daffodils, lilies, tulips. So we, most of us, they're around, the house and stuff. And then, let's see, we got some, I can't even pronounce these darn flowers. Angel trumpets, I got that one. A foxglove and a peony. So then some other flowers and stuff that that you'll have in your garden, or somebody will put in a bouquet. I can't even talk. And a flower arrangement. There we go.
Yeah.
Send it to you.
Yeah. If somebody sent you flowers.
Oh my gosh. We can't have nothing. I mean, it don't matter. Like when Alice got passed away, they sent me flowers, and these cats went nuts, especially the boys. The two boys were like, "Oh, what is that?" And I had to hide them in the closet, and then we gave them to Mama's best friend that was in the nursing home, and then they saved me the ribbon and gave it back to me when she passed away, and I just pulled some of the dead flowers out of the closet where I dried them, and Munchkin went crazy. He knew I had something, and he literally wanted them. And I'm like, no, you can't have them.
That's funny.
They're crazy.
Something new in the house. It's a toy. So, which the cats are going to be inside, but you could have dogs outside that would bother. Like you said, a flower bed or some sort of a pot. People will build those little flower things close to the house, and it's just kind of thing dogs like to get into.
So we had the daffodils, but none of my outside cats bothered them. So it's just weird how these just want to bother the flowers. I mean, even fake ones, because we got fake leaves and that thing that Mom fixed, and we're like, stop, leave that alone, don't bother that, you can't chew on that. And so
I wonder what's toxic about those. It's got to be something on it or in it that is affects the dog or cat. I'm gonna have to dig in that a little deeper. I'm just curious about that. But you're talking about the fake plants, the dog that I'm talking about, the little what do they call that little stuff that sits near the bottom of the plant? What is that stuff called? It's fake, but it sits around the bottom. And the dog just went and bit that stuff out, and I started laughing, and she heard me laughing. And this was she was at the time was an activities director at a really big assisted, huge one in Atlanta, which was why I would go preach for them and stuff. And it tickled me that dog. Grabbing that out, she had to take it back, like to put it back. It's like a little kid. Put it back, but it's just like a little kid saw it, bit it, and took off with it. So that's probably something that's not good for it. But she caught it, hearing me laugh. But that's interesting that a tulip. I would have never thought, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And some of the safe ones are sunflowers, marigolds, roses, zennas, jasmine, snapdragons, and then you got cornflower and hibiscus, petunias, African daisies. So, and even though they say they're safe, they're still not supposed to eat a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, not good to be sitting around eating on the flowers.
It's like so.
And there could be stuff on the flowers, they could be.
Yeah, if they sprayed them with something.
Yeah, pesticides or, maybe, I don't know, maybe even sometimes rain in certain areas is not good because you get a little bit of that acid rain or something that could be acidic to the animal, so yeah, or a reaction it has with that. But toxic and safe. It's like a kid. You really do have to. What do they call that? When you're bringing you're bringing your first kiddo home, and you have to go through and do the, make the house safe. Like you putting like the little things in the sockets and all that stuff,
yes,
where they can't stick a fork in it or whatever. You have to think on the low level. What could they pull off a table? I mean, you got to do that with pets too. I mean, you got to think about what could they bite, what could they get into, what could they pull down. Not that yours would ever do that. Your cats would never pull anything down off the wall or anything. I mean, they're trained not to do that, right?
Yes.
But yeah, you're doing a home inspection. Like what kind of flowers? I mean, I get it for some stuff. I never thought about this, so that's amazing. So then we have I see their plants.
Yes.
So what kind of plants are we talking about?
For probably house plants and stuff, you got aloe vera. They can't have that. English ivy, elephant's ear, holly. They got devil's ivy, jade, and then poinsettias. Poinsettias, I always no. Can't have poinsettias. And azaleas, a ZZ plant, sage palm, hosta. That's the toxic. Some of the toxic ones for them that you would have out in your yard and stuff. And some people have some of them, like the ivy and stuff, you might have inside. And the aloe vera, of course.
Yeah, I wonder about the aloe vera. What makes that toxic? I always thought that was, I guess, because you're ingesting it. I mean, it's considered good. I mean, everybody puts on aloe vera for burns and stuff. I mean,
yes.
I wonder what it is about that makes that toxic. Just maybe too much of something in it or something. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. That's interesting to me. Huh? And what was that? It was elephant's ear. That's another one. I'd have never thought that.
Yes, I used to grow them to enter in the fair. The fuzzy ear.
Oh, really?
No, that's the big ones. That's the big one. Lamb's ear was the fuzzy one, but I did get an elephant ear from a friend of mine, the big old ones, and enter in the fair.
Well, you're just jack of all trades. You just do all kinds of stuff.
It's been a long time since I did that. The safe ones is a pokey top plant, bamboo, a Boston fern, sweet potato vine, hens and chicks, the Venus flytrap, and ponytail palm, bamboo palm, Christmas cactus, spider plant, a crepe myrtle, and African violet. They say they're like okay. And I didn't think they could. Well, I guess since the cactus, for like Christmas cactus, may be different because I heard that they're poisonous for them before. So maybe it's because there's 3 different ones. There's Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to dig in a little bit. I wouldn't think they would mess with a cactus. I mean, that.
Well, it's not really a cactus.
It's just called that.
It's called, I mean, it kind of looks like the leaves are, but there's not really pokey. They just bloom out from there. So that's kind of weird at saying it's safe because when a friend of mine was going to get one of my cats, since Alice didn't like her, she had a bunch of them. And I was like, oh, we're going to have a problem with that. And so she had to keep the door closed. And so it's kind of weird me seeing that, saying it's safe for them.
Yeah, we'll have to dig in that a little deeper, at least on a couple of those, and find out why they are or why they are not. And interesting. Again, learning here. I've not ever really planted anything. We had a rose bush once, but I do not have a green thumb. I do not. I repeat, I do not have a green thumb. But just you could be you got to watch your pet because, like you say, you could bring home a plant from a funeral or something that somebody bought you an arrangement because of your birthday or anniversary or whatever, and they, that's still a big thing to do. People like that. You can go online and just have the flowers shipped and delivered and all that stuff to the person, and you might be introducing a safety hazard to your pet. That's important to know. It is. I like the information we get on here. Now, this is not the most nice topic when I thought about it.
Yes.
But why is my cat vomiting? But in saying that, hope you've had your dinner already. If your cat is vomiting,
Excuse you.
And it's important to know what's going on with that. Just like it would be your child, what's going on. So
What are you doing?
it's not the easiest. The topics are a little rough, but we have the first one here: brown with undigested chunks. So that's a little rough to hear. But what's it saying under that? Like, what is it?
It's regurgitation of food or other indigestion substance. Ate too fast.
Okay, that's good to know because I don't want my cat vomiting if I have one. And so if I see this, they've ate too fast. So they're just speed rolling through the cat dish and things are coming up.
Yes.
So clear or yellow with hair clumps.
That's a hairball from them chronic, grooming themselves.
Yeah. So they've groomed themselves, got that in their mouth. Green with bits.
And that's where they've been eating the grass or the plants and stuff they wasn't supposed to eat.
Oh, this is hard to read, but white and foamy.
Stomach irritation, if chronic potential infection or allergy.
This is kind of sad. Brown with coffee ground texture.
That's blood and internal bleeding, medical emergency.
Uh-oh, not good. Not good.
No.
Red alert. Will Rogers. Need to know that one. I mean, all of them are important, but this one here is bad stuff are going on.
Yes.
Clear with spaghetti-like texture. Oh.
You got roundworm parasites. You need an anti-parasite medication.
Not good. Another not good. We're getting worse as we go here. I mean, a lot worse. Red and pink. That don't sound good either.
Yeah, it's blood and internal bleeding, so emergency.
Clear. That's the first one. It hadn't sounded too bad.
Well, it's water, but if chronic potential diabetes.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Never thought about that. And the green or yellow?
That's bile. It's prolonged empty stomach. So I had mine do that, and the clear, and the chunks, and the hairball, grass, and the white foamy. So I'm like, yay, lucky me.
Was that found in the middle of the night by your foot or what?
I've only done that probably like once with some of it. One of them.
That'd be a bad feeling. I mean, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's physical signs. It's just like us. I mean, if we're throwing up, vomiting, there's something going on with us, and our body is trying to reject the thing that is the irritant or the whatever. And I mean, I don't know. Are cats kind of like humans? Sometimes you can have a good session, and you're like, I feel better. Like it was better to get it out. Do cats is it a one and done kind of thing sometimes, or do they? It's usually takes a little bit of time to clear that out where they're not doing that.
Sometimes it's one and done, but other times I've had them like go around and do more of the white foamy stuff or the clear. So the rest of them are usually a one-time thing.
Do the cats ever get sick and like make other cats sick? Like they got some sort of a viral or something, just like a human?
Yes, they can.
And so you've got 5 or 6 sick cats instead of one.
Yes.
That'd be bad. That would be bad. But the good thing is the cure for the initial would be the cure for all probably. So you would at least know what to do, whatever the sickness was. Is that something that's seasonal, or is it could happen at any time?
With the sickness?
Yeah.
Could happen really any time depending on kind of like what I could bring into the house. Like if I had like COVID or the flu, so if I had COVID, they could have caught that. And I mean, I had it, so I had to try to keep them away from me when I had it that one time because they could get it. And when Lucy went to my friend's, Lucy was kind of like miserable, and she had gotten sick and started vomiting and stuff. And I was like, okay. I was like, it's okay. There's no telling. She could be nervous or just something. So she didn't want to keep her, and I told her that was fine. I understood, So I took her to the doctor. I forgot what she said. Well, it ended up my friend, she tested for COVID the next day. The next day after that, I tested for COVID. So I think Lucy might have had like some COVID and stuff too. So then I had to keep all the other cats away from both of us best we could. So yeah.
Wow, not a fun time.
No. And then vomiting for the cats and stuff is pretty much the same as for dogs. So
okay.
That
would be bad days. And especially if they were all sleeping with you in the bed.
Yes, so it's like, I had to keep my door closed so they wouldn't come in there, except just me and Lucy being there.
All right. And then we got the dog color chart.
Yes.
So, as you were saying, kind of the same thing, but that black, that's not good. Brown, black, red on down is not good. Red, brown, black, you got some big time problems going on. And it could be a multiple.
This is not your show.
Superstar. Hey there. Are you winking at me? Not wink both eyes, You're a pretty cat.
Move, sunshine. Oh my goodness.
Good yawn. That always feels good.
Teethies? I did give the teethies chart, so we will have the teethies chart, but you need to get down.
So cats with the longest lifespan.
Yes. And it's not going to be you, because you're not going to live long. I know.
So I would have never guessed that the one that's number one is number one. That surprised me.
Maltese.
I don't know why.
Maltese.
I just never thought of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what plays into that, genetics or I don't know. But that's interesting that's number one on the list. So did they give you any kind of indication of why these ranked the way they did?
No. I just pretty much like pulled up charts just to give an idea, and I didn't get detail. I can do that another day, look them up.
Yeah.
And pull up. But Amazon is a good thing to go to and be like, give me a chart on such and such. So then I,
Oh, I like it.
And
I would have not guessed that these were ranked that way. But, some of them I'm not as familiar with as I am others.
Mm-hmm.
But, these are all pretty breeds. Pretty cats. It's like English bulldogs. They have a tough life. They don't breathe good. They have to have surgery.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes on with that. So different breeds of animals just have different issues. And, as they've been bred and stuff, there could just be some bad stuff there that limits them. And they come down with different conditions, tumors, cancers, diabetes, whatever, just like anything else. But there's an interesting list. 12 cats with the longest lifespans. And just interesting. How many of those have you had? Not of each one, but how many of those have you actually had as a cat? As the cat lady, how many of these have you had?
The Russian Blue is the one that I fostered for about a month and a half that Allie and them got.
That's a pretty cat.
Tress and them found on the side of the road, so I had to foster it while they went on a cruise. The Manx, number 7, I had a couple of those that they belonged to my neighbor, but they stayed at my house because I fed them, I guess, better. I don't know. But they were orange. They had no tails, and their hind ends were up, and they bounced around. One of them was named Hoppity, and the other one was named Orange Baby. And, yeah. And let's see, my cousin had she had a Himalayan. So I think that's all.
I mean, these are breeds I think that are sought after, on the upper scale.
Yeah, my cousin's got a Siamese. It's the gray face Siamese and stuff that somewhere around University of Georgia out in apartments, a litter of them just showed up. So people had to get rid of them. And so one night my cousin and her daughter went and picked up one. She is a wild child.
Well, some people like them, some people don't. I mean, that's what you hear. Is it the Siamese that can cry, that baby cry? Is that the Siamese that does that?
I think so. And they're wild. Mom and Daddy had one time before I came along, and she said they locked it up in the bathroom, and it literally like tore the bathroom up.
Oh wow!
Trying to get out curtains down, and I think everything. I would love to have a Savannah.
Yeah.
And they get big and stuff. And you literally so.
Interesting. That's a neat list. And then we have the 10 dogs with the longest lifespan. And I think probably the Chihuahua, just because they just refuse to die. They're just like, we are not going to die. You're not getting rid of us that easy. We're hanging around. We've got more barking and growling and showing our teeth at you to do, and you're not going to get rid of us that easy. But
yes.
If you look at some of these are a little more aggressive, not all of them, but some of them are a little more aggressive as a dog. But some of them are very tiny. I don't know. The beagle seems a little bit out of place to me on that, but they're not a huge dog. But some beagles can get kind of big bodied. Depends on how they've been fed. But I've seen some big beagles. I just figured that would work against them. But I do get this. I mean, the toy poodle, the Shih Tzu, the Chihuahua, Pomeranian, Dachshund. I mean, there's a lot of smaller dogs here. So I don't know if that plays a part. They just don't have they're smaller. They don't, maybe they don't have some of the issues that the bigger breeds do. I don't know.
Yes.
But these are sought after dogs. The Yorkshire Terrier. These are all breeds that people really want. That toy poodle, so many people want that. That one, and there's a couple others like that's real tiny that people really want that.
Yeah, Daddy got Mama one before I came along, and it was supposed to be a toy poodle, but it was a little bit bigger than that. It wasn't a standard, but he was a little fat thing. He was fat. Buster was fat. And so they didn't know how he was going to act when they got me, but he slept up under my baby bed. And then he would, they'd give one of my dad's old socks, and he would pull me around the living room, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was about, I can't remember, 13 or so, and he was getting a little, he was old, and he started chasing vehicles down the driveway. And fell up under the wheel one night, and Mama ran over him. So,
not good.
Yeah,
not good.
So that was the last dog that we had. I just had cats and goats and rabbits after that. So.
I didn't pull it up for the show. I don't think. No, that's the last slide. It's the Hodge twins. But I was looking at the dogs that are stolen the most across America, and some of those dogs in that list were on that list. How many dogs that are stolen more? Because people like those tiny dogs, and people will steal them either for themselves or to sell.
Yes.
But unfortunately, people do steal dogs. In fact, I had a beagle that was given to me by my grandfather, and I had him outside, and I went back inside for a minute, and I came out. I hadn't had him a few days, and somebody come along and got him just in the time I went in the house and came back out, and was going to work with him and play with him. And it was some neighborhood kids, but I just couldn't prove it because they were around, and they were that. Well, let's just say they were from the other side of the tracks kind of kids, and they didn't have a bit of problem with coming stealing something out of your yard. And I was sick about that for a long time. One, I love the dog, and two is my grandfather gave it to me, and that was hard to have to tell them that the dog was stolen. Sometimes dogs will wander off, but a lot of times people will just take them. You have to really be careful. I mean, cats too, I guess. I mean, some cats can be, I'm sure, sought after.
Yeah, because
expensive.
Sparkplug, she was a bobtail, and she was gorgeous. She was a diluted calico, and they're light gray with the yellow in them. And she hung out with a solid black one with no tail when they were down there at the other house. And they would come up to the house together, and I was like, if these cats are not fixed and both of them are opposite, they're going to have some gorgeous babies.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, one day, the black one was gone. And Mama and Daddy think somebody stole it because, he was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Sparkplug ended up having babies. She had a calico, a striped orange one, a blonde, it was lighter orange, and then a striped one like Munchkin, I think. I think she had 4. No, she had 2 blondes because I kept Fred. The 2 blonde ones were Fred and Ethel. Then the calico somebody got, and then my aunt and them got another one, and her tail was like a corkscrew. But that cat was the cat from hell. She was, oh my gosh. I just don't think they spend enough time with her like I did with mine, because mine were like babies carrying them around. And they took her like when she was only like 5 weeks old when they were up there. When you would go up there to that house, she's sitting on the steps because they had a 3-story house, and you trying to come back up, she would literally sit there and growl and hiss at you. So
wow.
The cat from hell. She was, oh my gosh, horrible. I don't know what happened to her. Will you please move?
What things scare your cats? What spooks them? I'm sure weather, but what other kinds of things?
Weather don't do too bad. Every once in a while, like if it's a big thunder, they may, just jump or whatever. Roxy. They can't stand the doorbell. They scatter.
Oh, really?
Or if somebody knocks. Now, a couple of them will growl when the doorbell rings. They'll growl at the doorbell. Just sometimes sounds, will make them just whatever.
Do they ever look out the window and see something that, just driving them crazy? Dogs will do that. I know they see something out there, another animal of some kind, and Coco will go ballistic if there's a person.
Well, we have the birds out back, and they'll sit there and do their little chitter chatter, and we did have squirrels. I don't know where my squirrels went, and my deer. I don't know what happened to my deer again. But then there's one cat across the road. He walks around, and Sunshine for a while he would go nuts, but now he's just like whatever. And Munchkin now kind of will be like, "Ooh, what you doing?" Because he looks just like Munchkin. So
What about TV? Do they see things on TV that amaze them? I've seen videos of that,
Yeah, every once in a while they'll look at the TV or whatever. They're bad about sitting in front of it and then be like, and then they may paw it. I'm like, don't touch the TV. So,
What about a mirror? Is there ever a mirror
mine's
that
never done that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because they be in the bathroom, whatever. It's like I don't have mirrors sitting around because I'm just not one of those primpy type. But if they're always up on the sink, and no, they don't bow up. Even the ones when I had them as kittens.
Those are funny videos.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see that, and they'll see themselves and they think it's another cat. They're playing or mad or whatever. But I just wondered if they did that, or if one of them did it and the others didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I imagine it is hard for you to foster another cat, but it's because of the territorial issues you run into with the 6 that you have. That's hard to introduce another cat.
The most one is Roxy, the 2-year-old. Is that right? Yeah, 2. She was real bad with the gray one. I mean, she'd be on the cat tree in the corner, and he was in the bathroom, and she'd still be hissing and growling while and I'm like, he's not even around. But now the black and white one, she wasn't too bad with him, but I only had him for 2-3 days before somebody else got him. But all of a sudden, she's become bad. She's hitting the babies and growling and hissing at them. And I don't know why. And it started when the little one had to go to the vet and stay that one time when she was sick, and then came back, and I'm like, it's the same cat. And so I don't know what's triggered her, but she's been hateful.
Do the cats ever alert you to danger that you don't know of, or they hear something, or their movements make you think there's something going on outside? Or
yes,
that's pretty cool.
They'll if they're up on the cat tree or whatever, and all of a sudden they'll pop their head up and they'll be looking, and I'm like, what is it? But yeah, they will.
Those memes I see, which are hilarious, where they show the cat standing up, and it's like looking out. It's like when the neighbors have the police over there, or there's a fight going on, and the cat's standing on its paws, standing up, because nosy neighbors. Those are so funny. That video you sent me today was hilarious. I laughed. And I've seen a couple of others besides those. It seems like when you start doing something, you start seeing all these videos that you never noticed before. Yes. And a lot of them have been cat videos, and they're hilarious, playing instruments, dancing, different things. Somebody at work showed me the one, which is kind of dirty, but the one about the rat in the pot. Did you see that one?
Mm-hmm.
It's I caught it really fast, but it caught a rat, and I guess the owner didn't show it any attention or appreciation. So when they weren't looking, it threw it in the soup or whatever they were cooking on the stove, and then they but they flip off at the camera like, yeah, I got you back. But the people at work were having a field day with that one. They were showing it to me. That's how I seen it. I didn't see it myself, but then after they showed it to me, I was flipping around some videos, and sure enough, I saw it coming up, and I went on and flipped by it because the idea of the rat anyway didn't make my stomach feel too good, and so I just moved on. But they are funny, and there's a lot of stuff going. Well, we all do with AI or video creation or stuff. It's kind of fun. So people are doing that with their pets, and pretty cool. Now, your cat's chipped. Do they have the chip in them?
Yes, except Alex. Yes, all of them except Alex is chipped because I got him because he's 9 years old. So
yeah,
I didn't.
We were able to get that done for about $10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't bad at all. Kaylee was a little freaked out about it. I'm the one that suggested it, and we rode down that morning, and Kaylee was super uber duper protective and said we might not need to do that because she was afraid it was going to hurt her. And Kaylee, when we got there, uh, we had decided. She said, because I was thinking the dog doesn't like men because the abuse that it got from the other people. And she was saying, you're going to have to hold the dog and do that. I can't do this to her. I feel like I'm being a bad mom. I can't do it. I said, it's for her own good. It's not going to be bad. So we agreed, and I was thinking, oh boy, I hope the dog don't try to like get out of my hands because she's pretty strong for a little dog anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you just stand by your car. I mean, you get out of the car and they come to your car. They just keep coming around. At least that's the way they did it there. We didn't have to go in nowhere, which was nice. But the guy, I think it freaked the dog out because the guy wanted to hold the dog while the other person did it. So they actually, which I think because he was a guy, it scared her so bad she didn't even think about moving. She just kind of trembled. And we weren't expecting that. So then Kaylee was loving on her all the way home, like, bad man, bad man. They were mean to you. I'll treat you right. She was playing that side of it. And I was like, Kaylee, the dog is not even whimpering. Like, the dog is not even showing any kind of signs that it bothered it. But that is neat in our time that we can do that. Now, I don't want to be done like that, but
Yeah.
for the animals, that's pretty cool that you can do it. And I don't know if it slows down the thefts of dogs and cats, but I would hope that it would, because people can get in a lot of trouble. I guess the fear is if when you get a dog or a cat and you're not sure, like you get one from somebody. I've known of people who went and had it checked to make sure that it wasn't stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were a little unsure about the person they got it from, and they said, I'm going to check it. So, hello there, Lotobo, if I can say that right, from Twitch. We appreciate you stopping by tonight.
Hello.
And Amber, I think I missed Amber. Thank you, Amber. Some names we can see, some are just numbers, but thank y'all for stopping in. But I guess those are, and I'm just ignorant here because we've just done this within the last year or so. I think there's satellite. They can track them with so wherever you're at, like they could pick up. So even if your animal was taken far away, I mean, it would still set off. If they set off that alarm for this animal's been taken, stolen, they would know at least a geographical location that the animal was in. That's something that's very, I don't know how old that is, but it's really widespread now, and everybody does that. So you would have an opportunity to track your animal down. That's one of the saddest things is your dog or your cat goes missing, and you don't know what happened. And the people put the pictures of the animal on the stop signs and the trees, and they go around, they pass them out. And they've had these dogs or cats for years, and they don't get no closure. It just they're just gone, and they never see them again. That's hard.
Yeah, I've had several like that.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in some cases, you think they probably got hit by a car or went off, and I mean, some animals will go off and die in the woods if they can get a chance to do it. It's part of the nature. But you just don't know. You just never see. And I've been riding with kids who have lost, like I'll be taking them to school. And of course, you spend time running around the neighborhood, talking to everybody, riding up down the roads. And they'll always see an animal they think is theirs. They'll say, there it is. There they are. There she is, or whatever. Then we get closer and they'll say, no, it's not. And it's a big letdown. Like they're very happy about it, and then they're just totally let down. What do you think about this, Jenneth? I don't know if you probably can't see this. So let me see if I can pulled this one over. I never thought about this, but cats can make double risk of schizophrenia in owners. What? I never heard of that.
Huh? Me neither.
Well, if that's true, Jenneth's got all kinds of. She's got 6 cats. So let me see. I'm pulling that up. And the second part of that was in owners. Cats make double risk of schizophrenia. Interesting. I never heard of that. Maybe a certain breed.
Maybe so.
One of the crazier ones, you know. You were talking about cats. A cat who went nuts and they had it in the room. You know, Dalmatians. Some people make the bad decision to get a Dalmatian that don't have the time to spend with a Dalmatian. That's a bad mix.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go crazy on you. They will not settle for that. So he says a 2023 meta-analysis found a significant association between cat ownership and roughly double the odds of developing schizophrenia-related disorders, potentially linked to the parasite Toxoplasma gondii. Well, I've never heard of that.
Huh.
Interesting. And GTP says this, but I think it's a bit wrong, not about gondii and only in kids, teens, if scratched or bit or scratched. More about other infections. Interesting. We'll look at that. I've never heard of that. Have you? Miss Jenneth?
I've been scratched so much in bed, I'm just probably immune to it.
Bring it on. I got it. I'll say this one more thing, and I think I might have mentioned, I don't know. We had cats, and my neighbor had a dog, and she was an animal lover, but came down. Our cat had just had kittens, and her dog got loose out of their house and would run. He ran to her. Between the dog running and her being there, spooked our cat, and it latched onto this lady's arm. I mean, she's holding their arm up, and it's big, full-size mama cat. She had to go to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that lady, sweet lady, and her daughters are living and sometimes watch the podcast. But great neighbor. She never saw a dime of anything to pay for the hospital bill or the doctor bill or the medicine bill or whatever. She said, I love animals. The mama was protecting her kittens, and I should have been a little bit more careful around the. She said I should have been a little bit more careful around the cat, so she never accepted anything. Oh, that was a quick hello, goodbye.
Yes.
Well, this has been fun. I appreciate the information there. I will look into that. That's fun. It's always fun when you got interaction. And thanks for those that are watching and not interacting. We'll be back next week. We're an hour show. And thank you, Jenneth, for some of the information. I've learned a lot more about vomit than I knew about of animals. I just don't want to think about it when it's time to eat dinner again. But I have been educated. Been educated about. I'm not even going to say it again, but I've got the information. I've got it in the slides. If I need it, I know where to go get it. And if Kaylee asks me, I'm going to say, I've got some answers for that, but I'm going to let you read it. Oh, it kind of takes my stomach. Wow. Well, folks, thanks for watching the Southern Fried Podcast.
Yes, thank you.
And Miss Jenneth, thank you for being the co-host and really the brains of this operation.
Oh,
I'm just a mouth, but I appreciate you being here. It's a lot of fun, and I'm learning every week. And very soon, we're going to have a vet on. We're working on it. We just haven't got it there yet. So we're at least once a month, and we'll have Ask a Doc, and you'll be able to check in and ask questions, email them, chat them in, whatever, and get some free advice there from a doc. So, and for those in the region, hopefully you'll go visit them when they come on and develop a relationship. Your pets need consistency. It's always good to go to the same vet, someone who knows the animals know them, and they don't freak out as bad. If you kept taking them everywhere different, they'd never get comfortable.
Yes.
Now, I took my oldest son to a dentist one time, and they were supposed to be specialists in child dentistry. They were specialists in fear. my son petrified him. And he would. It took me years to get him to go back to a doctor. He would a dentist. He would fight us. I mean, he was petrified. And he finally today he goes, but it scared him so bad. I don't know what happened. They wouldn't let me back there, and
yeah, same.
It was horrible. Something wasn't right with them people. I was a young parent, just trying to do good stuff. Wasn't thinking. Didn't really vet the. They were a big office too. It wasn't like it was some hole in the wall. But you get you a good vet and stick with them as long as they're living and kicking and affordable, I guess, if you can afford them. Lord help. But Miss Jenneth, thanks for being here. We'll see everybody on the next show. Don't forget, in the morning, we may be back on live tonight. I'm planning on, but it won't be on here. It'll be on probably TikTok or Clapper. We're going to do a live there. But in the morning, should be back together with Rob. I think he'll be back.
Yes.
The SFP morning show. I'll probably start it early. He'll end it because I've got to help my wife around that time. And no kids in school this week, which is nice. But I'll probably leave it just a little bit early, but I'll start it earlier. And then tomorrow night, Hump Day Views and Southern Fried Vent. And we'll get back on track with that. And go give us a follow and a like and a smash and all that good stuff. And
that's right.
We'll appreciate it. See you, Jen, and everybody. Let's pop on some music as we go out. And we'll see you next time on the Southern Fried.
Have a good night.
Posts. They're the critters that we love most. A hound in a hat or a cat in a bowl. They steal the show wherever they go. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluffing fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here. A piglet grins with muddy chins. A parrot talks, a lizard crawls. Life's more fun with Southern claws and paws. Big or small, short or tall, we got room for them all. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluffing fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here. The South, we dress them the best. A possum on a